let's fix this issue. That is, it must navigate, this highlighted issue, okay? So that the user can at least know that is on which page or fragment the user is currently on. On that fragment, basically, on the user we click. So, the functionality is working fine, but it is just, you can say, a design-related issue, you can say. But anyways, this is an issue, or you can say a bug or whatever. So anyways, so here, if you remember, we have, done this thing which is selected fragment, okay? So it basically means that is, if a user click on the, this option, that is, let's say search, okay? Then this selected fragment becomes equals to the search fragment. So we are basically send user to the search fragment. And whenever the app starts, we are by default on the home fragment. But what we are going to do now is, the main reason is that is to do, let's do it, let me understand. So we don't need to, we are going to change this thing, okay? Remove this line of code first and also remove this one. We are going now to add something. This thing is not working. When he initialize selected fragment above. And what we're gonna do is just cut this code from here, Control X, okay? And now let's create a separate method, and we can say a private fun, and let's give this method a name as move to fragment. And here we will pass a fragment to this method. We will call it from the navigation options from above. So we can say fragment. And here we can pass the fragment of type fragment. It will receive a parameter of type fragment. And then in here, let's initialize our fragment. We can give it name as fragment transaction. Fragment trans means fragment transaction. Just a variable name. So we can say support fragment manager dot begin transaction. Then we can say a fragment trans dot replace, and we can say r.id dot fragment container, which is basically our, I hope you know that what basically this is. This is our frame layout on our main activity, which we created in order to connect our fragments to the bottom navigation items, that is the home fragment, not profile fragment, search fragment. Okay, so here we need to pass fragment and fragment transaction dot commit. So we will get fragment transaction dot commit. So fragment trans dot commit. Now, whenever the user click on these options, let's say on home, then we will call this method and we will pass the home fragment to it. So it will receive that fragment as a parameter, and it will basically move to that fragment and it will display it. So yeah, here we can just say move to fragment, and now when the user click on home, then we are going to send the user to the home fragment. Make sure to put these two addresses. Now the same we will do for the, let's first write this return on navigation item select list, no? True. And then just copy paste this, and we can change it for the other ones. So for the search, we can send user to the search fragment, which we created in the previous video tutorials. And then here for the notification, we can send user to the notification fragment, and then for the profile fragment, the user click on this. So yeah, and one thing is, just there's a home fragment. Okay, so we'll move this, and now move this return from here. Okay, so we are going to call this move to fragment method here, and we are passing home fragment, which basically means whenever our application starts, whenever the user come to the main activity, then it will display the home fragment as a default on the main activity. Okay, and it will be selected. So now let's just run the app to see basically how it works. So the app is running now successfully. As you can see, the home fragment is selected as a default. If I take on search, here you can see it is moved to search fragment, and it is highlighted. Okay, here you can see the search icon is highlighted. If I click on this notification icon, or you can say button, then it is highlighted. I hope you can see the color. I am going to increase the size of this emulator, the size of it, so that you can see it more clearly. Okay, here you can see it. Now if I click on this profile, then here you can see this profile icon is selected, and we are moved to the profile fragment successfully. There you can see it. Okay, now it works really nice. That is incredible. Here you can see it. So yeah, now the next thing is to work on the, to create account settings, or you can say edit profile page. And once you do that, then we will connect our app to the Firebase, and we will begin from the login sign up. And then we will perform the main functionalities using the Firebase real-time database, Firebase authentication. So, let's do it. So go to the Ender Studio, and let's just quickly create our account settings activity, empty activity, and make sure to click on this, your package name. Okay, new and activity, and then an empty activity, and we are going to give it a name as account settings activity. Then click finish and wait for it. Now, before, designing the account settings layout, what we are going to do is come here to our, first let me check the XML file for our profile. What's the ID of that button? The ID of this button is edit account settings, okay? So now, what we are going to do is come here to the profile segment, and when the user click on that button, then what we are going to do. So first of all, before moving ahead, here we can say val and view equals to this, and then after that we can say return view. And then in here, we are going to access that button by their name, and then we can set click listener on it. So for that, let's just come here, and the ID of that button is this one. Okay, so just copy this ID, Control C, and then come back to our, let's just close this now, and come here to the profile fragment, and then here we can say paste that ID, which is edit account settings button. And before that, we have to access it using the view. Okay, so view dot account settings. Okay, and it needs to be imported. So all you need is just press Alt Enter button on your keyboard. If you are using Mac, then press Option and Return or Enter button on your keyboard. Okay, so it will import that. Okay. Also, if you click here, then it will basically show you a red bull. Just click on that and import it. Now, now the next thing is to set a click listener. So we can say set on click listener. This one. On. But in Kotlin, sorry, it is in Java. We say new on click listener. In Kotlin, we say, let's just move this. You can say dot set, and here you can see the second one with these braces. Just click on it, and then in here we can write our code. So we can say start activity And here we have to say intent, which is this one, okay? And here we need to pass the current context, which is our profile fragment. So in order to do that, in a meaning fragment, we say context, comma, we are going to send the user to the account settings activity, colon, class.java. Well, it is so simple. Now it will send you to the account setting button if you user click on that edit profile button on the profile fragment. So anyways, let's just come here now to the account settings activity. And now what we're going to do is, first of all, make sure to change this to a relative layout. And then in here, we will be needing a bar layout. So for the time saving, let's just go to our notification. And from here, let's just copy paste this bar layout code, okay, which is up to here. So let's just copy it. We will change it for that for that activity, which is our account settings. So let's just come here, paste it here. And now the next thing is, inside this text, this relative layout, we can say, we can add an image view. So 20 dp. Then the next one, let's move this to the next line quickly. And this one will be 30 dp. Now, here, we can align it to the parent start. So align parent start true. And let's provide the source. And the source is inside the drivable folder. We have an image by the name close. And let me tell you again, I have already provided the link to all the icons in the very first or second tutorial. I hope you remember that. And here you can see this icon. Now, next thing is, let's just compass this image view here quickly and change this to, we have another icon by name save edit info and align parent and to true. And here, let me show it to you. This is the icon. But here we need to change this to 30 dp. So that it looks perfect. Now let's give some margins on the right side. So we can say margin right 15 dp. And let's see. Yeah, it looks now okay. Now let's give ID to both of these quickly. So we can say close underscore profile underscore VTN, and then the other one is, which is the save button. As a save button, you use this after when you select image and write the profile name and bio, etc. So you can say save underscore info profile GTN. So after this app bar layout, we need an image view. So we have already added our circle image view library in the previous tutorial. I hope you remember that. So here you can just write circle and you will get this DEHDOTNHOF circle image view. Okay. 130 dp. Let's just move this to the next line so that we can see the XML clearly. And it also 130 dp. Now let's move it below the, copy this app bar layout. Make sure to change this ID first, okay? App bar layout profile. And then notification toolbar, instead of this we can say profile toolbar. And now what we're going to do is just copy this ID and paste that here. So it is moved here, okay? And then let's move it to the center. So we can center horizontal to true. And then let's give some margin from the top. So margin from the top, 12 dp will be good, okay? Or if you want, you can give 14 or 13, whatever you like. I mean, this screen will be enough for it. Anyways, now let's assign a default source to it. In case if a user has no profile picture, then inside the drivable folder, you know that we have an image by the name profile. This one, okay? And here you can see it. Now after this, we need a text view button. I mean, which you need a text view, but you use is as a button. I mean, when you click on it, then we send it to this mobile phone gallery. So anyways, you can say left content, and let's just quickly move this to the next slide. Now it must be below the circle image view. Okay, I forgot to give ID to it. We can say profile underscore image underscore view. Profile image view, and it is, I mean, as I told you many times, I like proper names, so it is only profile fragment, so I can just say profile blank. In this way, I mean, it is easy to, it is a good practice to use proper names for initializing variable, giving IDs to the controllers. Anyways, so just copy this. It is totally up to you, whatever you like. Sorry. And let's write, write the text here, and it will be change image. As you know, we have to move it to the center, so center horizontal. So let's give some margin from the top. So margin top 5 dp is enough. Let's give it 6 dp. Let's give it some text style, which will be bold, and the text size must be 16 dp. Now the text color, this color is not visible, so we can say text color primary. Okay, and if I show you, then this is the design which we got on our screen. Now we need to add quickly 3 edit tags for full name, username, and bio, and a logout button and delete account. But or you can say deactivated account. But so now here we can just quickly add this match parent, wrap content, and let's give ID to this first. So you can say change underscore image underscore text underscore btn. And then here we can say, we can move it below this change image text btn. Okay, so margin left will be 20 dp, margin right will be 20 dp, margin top will be 6, okay, 6, this is the first, 16 dp will be enough. Now the input type for this will be text, and this is the full name. Yeah, text will be good, okay, for this, as this is the full name. And now let's first copy paste it, okay, 3 times. So let's give ID to the first one, and this will be full name underscore profile underscore flag, okay. Then copy this. Okay, first let's give hint to it. and the hand for this one will be profile name, or you can say a full name. I mean, let's say my full name is Muhammad Ali, so I mean that's it. Okay, so this is the full name, and then the next thing is, yeah, copy this ID, and then here we can say below. Okay, here it is. Sorry, remove this and paste that ID here. So it is moved here. Make sure to give it hand first, and the hand for this one will be username. Then the third, first let's give ID to it. Okay, and this one is our user name underscore profile underscore flag. And then, okay, this one is left. Okay, let's just cut this. I mean, the secondary text we will use as a username, and let's remove this. Okay, so full name profile flag, copy it, paste it here. And then the third one, we can use this username profile flag, okay, and then paste that here. So that third one comes below here. Now let's give ID to this third one. This one will be for the bio, so we can say bio underscore profile underscore flag, and let's give hint here. So you can say hint, and you can just say bio. Now we will add for the a text like to get to save the user web. If let's say if I am a user and I have a website, just like you guys see on Instagram, where a user can add his website link, okay, or if the user is female, then her website link, okay. So I mean, we will add further features to our this account settings, but that is, in the upcoming video tutorials, and also when you guys will suggest me some more features to add in the account settings. So let me know in the comment section down below, what features we can further add to the account settings. So we will add that, okay? So for now, we will just go with these three and the profile image. So anyways, now the third one is the logo button, and we need a create account button. Now for that, what I'm going to do is just copy paste this edit text, okay? And paste it here, and make sure to change this edit text to button. And now we can say logout underscore btn profile fake, and we need to move it down below, but before that, one thing we need another button, which is for delete account, or you can say deactivate account. So just copy paste this, and we can say delete underscore account btn profile fake. If you want, you can remove this profile fake for now. Now, because these two buttons will be available only. Only one time it will be available on our this account settings and not on other pages. Okay, if a user want to delete his account, then he can come to the profile page and not any other fragment or activity. So it is unique, for this app. And the same is for logout button. If a user want to log out from the app, then he must come to the account settings page, and from here he can basically log out from the app. So yeah, that is all. So anyways, logout button, and what here basically what we need to do is to align it to the bottom. Oh, not this. Sorry. Now, first of all, make sure to remove this thing, layout below. Okay? And now we can say true. Now, if you want, you can, yes, it will be good idea to give some margin from the bottom, and 6 dp will be good. And let's give some color to this button. So it will be background and the color will be primary and the text color will be white. Okay, text color white, and the text size will be 16 dp. Now make sure to remove this input type from here because we do not need it, and also the hint because there is a button, not in edit text now. And text size, text color, background, and the rest of the thing is same. Okay, now make sure to give it text. So there is our delete account button, and yeah, text all caps must be false. So delete account. And now what we're gonna do is remove this input text first from here, also this hint, and let's move this button to the bottom. So we can say above ID. Make sure to remove this layout below. Okay, and copy this delete account again, paste that ID here so that this button is above here. Now, from here, when we say from the top, just remove this, okay? And then you can say left, right, and change. Let's remove this first, and you can say margin from the bottom, and 6 dp will be good. Now, if you want, you can give it background, and we have a button background, okay? So you can give that background to this, or we have also another one which is button black background. But this is not, I mean the design will not look okay. But I mean let's just give text so that we can see if it looks good or not. I mean the user interface, the UI. So anyway, this is our workout button, and the text color will be color primary, and make sure to the text size will be 16 dp, and text all caps will be false. So yeah, that is the design for our account settings page. So it is done successfully. Now the next thing what we need to do is to test the app so that from the next video we can start our sign in and sign up and connect our app to Firebase and do some backend. So the app is signed now successfully, and let's see. Let's go to the profile, edit profile, and here we go. So this is our account settings page, which looks pretty cool. This is amazing and incredible. So yeah. So that's it for this video. So go to the Android Studio first of all, and let's close all the previous fragments or activities. And now what I'm going to do is let's create a new activity, okay? First of all, activity and a new empty activity. And this empty activity name will be sign in activity, okay? And then just click finish. So it is created successfully. Let's just come to the sign in activity, and here on our XML file for the sign in activity, we are going to say relative layout, change this to relative layout. And the next thing which we need to do is here we need to add a background. And inside the driver folder, we have an back UI. You can the image by name back_UI. And by the way, I already provide a link in the previous tutorial. Okay, so if you have not watched the previous tutorial, in which we basically design all the inside of our Instagram clone app UI, I provided all the icons and all the backgrounds. Okay, so please go and watch the previous tutorial if you have not watched that yet. And by the way, I will also provide the link now. If anyone forget to add all these icons, okay? So anyways, let's just quickly add a image view so that we can display our app icon. So it will be 160dp. And let's move this to the next line quickly. And the height will be 90 dp. Well, the source, the icon, or you can say the app icon, is already in the rival folder. As I told you, I already provide the link in the very first video tutorial. Okay? In the second video tutorial, I hope you remember that. Okay? So it is by the name Instagram. And here you can see it. And also make sure to change the tint of this to Android color white. Here we go. Now let's move it to the center. So it's so simple. You can just say center horizontal true. That's it. And then margin from the top. And margin from the top will be 180 dp. Now after that, what we need to do is, let's give ID to it. So we can say ID, and this is our app logo. Or you can just give it an ID as logo. Now after that, we need to add our, annotated text, match parent, rep content. Let's just quickly move this to the next line so that we can code the, we can see the XML code easily. You can say background, and inside your driver folder, we have inputs background, okay? And once again, I will tell you that I already provide all these stuff, okay? I hope you have downloaded it and pasted it inside your driver folder in the very second, in the second tutorial. So, yeah. And let's move it below our logo. So we can say, you can just type below. And you will get this Android layout below ID, and make sure to pass this logo ID here. That's it. So margin from the left 20 dp. Margin from the right 20 dp. So simple and so easy. And margin from the top will be 6 dp. Input type will be text email address. And now the most important thing is to assign ID to our this. And it will be a unique one. So email underscore login. And one thing which we forgot to, add the hint here. So hint will be email. And now the next thing is to just copy paste this edit text, paste it here, change this to password, okay, and then the next thing is to copy this email login ID and paste it here instead of input background. Okay, sorry, it is not that. There's a background. Where is the below layout below? Here. Layout below, and we want that this must appear below the email, okay? And make sure to change the hint of this. So it is password. And after this, we have to change the input type for this also. So the input type for this will be password and text password. Now we need a button. So what I'm going to do is, let's create button, capital B, button, match parent, rep content, and now the next thing is to So we just quickly give ID to this so that we can move ahead. And the name of this will be login_btn. Now many things we have to do yet. So what next is to move it down below. So we can say below ID and then pass, sorry, not I mean here. Okay, to move it here, I mean just copy this ID, paste it here. Okay, and now let's apply some design to it quickly. And just for time saving, copy this margin left, margin right, margin top. Copy it and paste it here. And it will be. Now let's add quickly background to it. So background and right, white. And let's add text. So the text will be login. And text, all the caps, false, and the text size, if you want to give, text size 17 will be good, so that it will be visible. And next thing which you need to do is let's us give it some real black color, I mean pure, so black. Here you can see it. Now we need another button here at the bottom. So when a user click on that, you send the user, just copy paste this button code and paste it here so that we can send the user to the sign up activity, which we will create now. Okay, so it will be our sign up _link btn. Sign up link btn. Anyways, so next thing is to remove this below, and here we can say align parent bottom to true. And here we go. Here you can see it. Now let's give some margin from the bottom so that the button move a little bit above from the bottom. So margin from the bottom will be 10 dp will be good. Here you can see it. Yeah, that is cool. And also let's change the background color now, and the background color will be color primary, and the text color will be pure white. Okay, and also let's change this to need new account. So the need account sign up. So like that, okay? Now it looks perfect. Now the next thing is to create our, okay, first let's just let me minimize this and let's create our new activity, which will be the sign up activity. Let me go ahead, empty activity, and it will be our sign up activity. Click finish. So our sign up activity is also created successfully. Now the next thing which we need to do is first of all let's come here, and this is the ID. Okay, so just come to the sign in activity, and in here what we are going to do is inside our on create we can access our this sign up link button, which is on our sign in activity. So just copy this sign up link button, come here and just paste that here. Okay, and then if it shows a red line, okay, then all you will need is just to import it by press Alt plus Enter button on your keyboard. Okay, and if you are using Mac, then press Option Enter button on your keyboard. So yeah, it will be like, it will import like this, and then you can say set on click listener. And here you can see this first one, okay, with these curly braces. Just click this, enter. And now in here, we are going to send the user to our, when a user click on it, we are going to send the user to the sign up activity. So we can say intent, pass the context to it, and the context is basically our sign in activity. So we can say sign in activity dot sign in activity dot this, or sorry, it is in the Java version, since we, as you know, this is a Kotlin project. So in Kotlin, I mean to start an intent, I mean to send a user from one activity to another. What we do is pass the context like this, comma, and we are going to the sign up activity. So we can say sign up activity, then put these two colon, and then class dot Java. Okay, so it will send the user to the sign up activity from the sign in activity if a user click on this button, which is near the account sign up button. So yeah, I mean, that's it. Now, let's just quickly design our sign up page. Okay, so it is so simple. Just first change this to relative layout quickly and add here the background, which is our back UI, and set to draw the folder. You can just write back and it will appear here. Okay, and then come here to the sign in and just copy paste this code, XML code from the sign in page, copy it, and then close the sign in and just leave the sign up, and here paste it on the sign up page. But here we need to change something. Now, I mean, this image view, we are not using to use this in our code. I mean, from the sign up activity to do some coding behind this. So, I mean, this ID for it is okay. But here on our sign up page, I mean, we must change the ID of email since we will be using it. Okay, so you can just say email sign up. Email sign up. Also change the first, copy this and replace it here, and then make sure to change this to password sign up. Okay, and then copy it and paste it here first, and then this is our sign up button. Sign up button. Now this is okay, and the next thing is, first let me check the colors. I mean, I want to change something here. Okay, color.xml. Okay. If you want, you can change, I mean, add further colors if you do not like this color here, okay? So all you're going to need it first. I will do the changes now, but let me just add another color if it looks okay with this background, okay? So, I mean, this is totally up to you, whatever the design you like, okay? And this is our sign in, okay? Make sure to change all the IDs which I changed in front of you guys, okay? And now the next thing is to change this login with the sign up or register, whatever you like, okay? I will just go with register, or you can say sign up, whatever. Okay, and one thing is, I mean, we are going to add to further thing, which will be to, I mean, the username, which will be unique basically, and we will make it unique. I mean, using the Kotlin programming language. Once we connect our app to the Firebase in the next tutorial, okay? So first, I mean, we will do that basically. And first of all, let me change this, and here we can say already have an account. Already have an account. And then you can just say sign in. Now, the next thing is to add the edit text, okay? So just copy paste this. Let's copy this, and below this image view, paste it twice, okay? Sorry, just control if you do something wrong, okay? Just paste it 2 times, twice, okay? And now the first one will be our full name of the user, and the second one will be the username, okay? Which will be unique. Like my username is ALIZDB48 on Instagram. So it means that no other user can have the same username. And as I told you, we will make it unique using the coding. Okay. And full name, and this is our sign up. Okay. Now the next thing is to copy this logo, and below here we have this layout below. Just paste it. Okay, it is already here. And then this full name sign up, it must be, the username must be below this full name, so change this here. Okay, and then copy this username sign up and replace it with this one. So here you can see it. Okay, now the next thing which is left is to add quickly, to change the hint here. Okay, so what we gonna do is we can just say full name and then the username. Okay, so yeah, full name, username, email, password, and register button. So that is cool. And let's add, when a user click on it, we must send you to the sign-in activity. So just go to the sign-in activity for the time saving and just copy this thing from here, Control C, and then close it. And here we can just paste it quickly. And once you paste it, all you need is just to remove this and copy this ID, which is our sign-in link button. Okay, and paste it here. And if this show like this, then press Alt Enter, and it will import this sign-in link. To connect it to our this XML. And instead of sending the user to the sign up, now we are going to send the user to the sign-in activity. That's it. Now the most important thing is, let me tell you one thing. When the app starts, whenever the app starts, it starts on the our main page, okay? Where basically all these fragments are connected to this bottom navigation. And the name of this one activity is basically main activity. From here our whole app starts. But it must not be like this. As you know, as I told you many times, in the next tutorial, we will connect our app to the Firebase. So the user has to first log in and sign up. Okay, so our app must start from the login. And if the user is already logged in, then we must send the user. Then the user has, there is no need for the user to type email and password again and again. We will automatically log in the user to the main app, to the main page. So that is the thing which we will do in the upcoming tutorials. And we will connect our app to the Firebase. So for now, what we are going to do is, whenever our app starts, it must start from the login activity. The sign-in activity. So in order to do that, what you're going to do is go to the manifest and endorsement sales.xml file, and here we have inside our main activity, as you can see it, we will have this intent filter. Okay, just cut this intent filter code. Okay, just select this, Control X, cut this from here, and here you will have this thing, which is our sign-in activity. Okay, make sure this one. Then inside between, okay, this is the starting activity tag and this is the closing activity tag. Make sure that it is like that. If it is not like that, then you can type it manually, but it must be like this. Okay, just like I'm talking about these two. Okay, I hope you understand everything. And then paste that intent filter code inside the sign-in activity. So it basically means that our app must always start from the login. If the user has not logged in, then we are not going to send the user to the main page or main activity unless until the user provide the correct password and email, which we will basically add in the next tutorial when we will connect our app to the Firebase. So yeah, that's it. Now just run the app to see how it looks. So our app is running now, okay, and here you can see the design looks amazing. This is so cool, this is so pretty, so beautiful. Okay, and if you click here, new account sign up, it will send us to the sign up page, or you can say to the register page. Already have an account sign in. And here you can see it is a little bit, below. If you want, you can move this from the XML file. Whatever the design you like. Okay, I want to move it a little bit above so that this page looks more cool. Okay, because we have some area here. Empty area, and I just wanted to move it above. But it's totally up to you. If you want, you can. But if you do not want, then leave it as it is. The design is totally depend on depend upon you guys, whatever the design you like, okay? So, yeah, I will say 115 DP. Then let's run it. So the app is running now successfully. Here you can see Instagram, email, password, login, and then we have this new account button. If you click on this new account sign up, it will send you to the sign up page. You can see, okay, so these are our all fields, and this is our already have an account, sign in. So if you click on it, it will send you back to the sign in activity. So I hope you have liked this video very much, and from the next tutorial, we will connect our app to the Firebase, and finally we will start the backend programming using Kotlin programming language. This video connect over this Instagram clone app with the Firebase real-time database, and we will use the Firebase Authentication for the sign in and sign up page. So yeah, I mean, go to your favorite browser and just Google Firebase, okay? So you will get this link, okay? From here, you can just click on this Firebase console. So first of all, when you come here, I mean, when you click on the Firebase console, it will direct you to this page. So here you will get this, your Firebase projects, and here you will have this icon which says Add Project. Just click on this since we are going to create a new project, okay? I'm going to minimize the size and view of my browser so that you can see it clearly, okay? So here basically you need to write your project name. So our project name is Instagram clone. Or you can give any name, like by your name, like let's say Muhammad Ali, social media app or anything, whatever it is. So Instagram clone app. And then click continue. Here it must be enabled, and yeah, click continue. Any location, I mean analytics location. So from here you can choose your country, but I will just go with the United States, okay? And then accept both these and create project. So it will take 2 or 3 seconds. Wait for it. So our project, Firebase project, which is Instagram clone app, is created successfully. Your new project is ready. Now click on continue. And here we go. So here you will have this Android icon. Just click on this Android icon and it will be directing to this page. So here you can see Android package name. All you will need is just to work your Android project, and from here we will have this Android manifest. And here we have basically, oh sorry, not here. I mean, come here to the Gradle scripts. Here you will have bin.Gradle module app. And from here we have application ID, okay? Application ID. Just copy this application ID, Control C, and go back to the browser and just paste that here, okay? And now next thing is app nickname. So it is optional, but if you want, you can give it like Instagram clone app. And this SHA one is also optional, so there is no need I need to give this, okay? Just click on this registered app. So here, first of all, you need to download the Google Services.json file, okay? So just click here, okay? And it is going to download this Google Services.json file, and I'm going to download it on my desktop so that I can get that file quickly. And here you can see it is downloaded successfully. If I go to my desktop, then here it is. This is the file, okay? Google Services.json. Now all you're going to need is just to open your Android Studio, and let me minimize it like this. Okay, there's our Android Studio. Now here we have this Android, okay? Just click here and click on this project. And then in here, we have this Instagram clone app with the application name, Android application name. In here, we have this app. Just expand this. And now inside this app, we have to paste our this Google services .json. Now exactly follow the steps which I am now doing. Okay, all you need is just to drag and just drag and drop this Google services.json. Okay, just select this and come here, and here you will have this F folder. Okay, leave this above this F folder. Okay, here you can see it with your eyes. Just leave it here above this F folder. Okay, inside it will now come here inside this, and then press OK. And now here you can see our file is here. Okay, Google services.json. Above this one, okay, Google services.json. If I double click on it, now maximize the screen of the Android Studio, here you can see it. So yeah, our app is now, the Google services is read successfully, but the important step is click next to add the dependencies. So this one, which is project level Gradle, okay, project. So copy this, okay, and go to the Android Studio, and here we have our, first of all, make sure to change this back to Android, okay? And once you change this to Android, and here we have this Gradle project. Come here, and here we have to paste our that dependency, okay? It is class path from Google Messaging Services 4.0. The current version at the time when I'm recording this video. So maybe when you watch this video like after 2 years, 1 year, inshallah, then maybe the version is different at that time. So don't worry about that. So just paste that dependency here. Now the next thing is to copy this dependency, which is Firebase Analytics. By the way, we need the Firebase code. So anyways, just copy this, okay, and come here and now close this. Also close this manifest, and let's come to our build.gradle module app. Now come down here, and here we can paste that. Okay, we can go over Firebase Analytics, and this is the current version, which is 17.01 at the time when I'm recording this video, okay? August 2019. So anyways, this doesn't matter. So just copy paste this, okay, and now change this to Firebase code, and then again paste this 3 times more, because we will be needing to use the Firebase spot. Then comes the Firebase real-time database. So you just write database and then the storage. So you can say Firebase storage. Yeah, that's it. Then click sync now. And wait for it. It will take some seconds. So here you can see we got an error. Basically, it do not resolve this version. It's 17.01. And I can tell you, whenever you create, a Firebase project and connect it to your Android application or to your iOS application, whatever. Whenever you create your Firebase project for any platform, make sure to check the recent versions of the Firebase. So all you need is just to come here to this URL. I will also provide this URL in the description down below, which is firebase.google.com/support/release-note/Android. So basically for the Android, the latest version for the Firebase core is this one, which is 17.20. So always go with the latest versions, okay? And just replace this, remove this analytics. We do not need the analytics, okay? So replace this Firebase core with this one. So just select this one on the single quotation inside and paste that one, okay? Which is 17.20. Now we have to check for the auth, and here we have our Firebase spot, this one, authentication, okay, which is 19.0.0. I need the latest version, okay? So all you need is just come here and replace this with the Firebase auth 19.0.0. Now we have to check for the Firebase storage, which is also 19.0.0, okay? So Firebase storage request version is 19.0.0. And then we have last one, which is the database. So let's check it. Where it is, this one. Okay, real-time database. Here you can see it. So make sure, always, whenever you create, like in the future, if you want to create a Firebase project and connect it to your Android application, then make sure to come here to this URL and check the latest versions, okay? So replace this with the Firebase, real-time database. We have already given it, okay? So Firebase database. So yeah, now just click on this try again. And now it will work 100%. Inshallah. So wait for it. It will take some seconds. Greater build is running now. And I want to clear one thing which is basically, this is a Kotlin project, and since you know that we are using the Android X artifacts, or it is Android X library, okay? So, we have to go with the new versions of the Firebase, okay, for the auth database storage and Firebase core. Now, if you have old projects of your Android Studio, it can work with the old Firebase versions. There are some proper ways, but anyways, it is completed successfully now. Now our project is successfully, connected to the Firebase real-time database. Let's just click on this next, okay? So yeah, that is all about the creating the Firebase project and connect it to our Android project, okay? Kotlin Android project. So that's it for this video, and in the next tutorial, we'll allow the user to sign up and sign in using the Firebase Authentication and Firebase real-time database, okay? So we will be working on that. So yeah, that's it for this video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Now in this tutorial, finally we are going to allow the user to register, or you can say sign up, using the Firebase Authentication and Firebase real-time database. Now this we will also store the user information like the UID, username, full name, email, and password, email only in the Firebase real-time database. And as you know, the password is hidden. You will authenticate the user using the Firebase Authentication. So yeah, that's it. Now, before we proceed and write code, go to your favorite browser and go to your Firebase project. Go to the console.firebase.com, okay? Also, you can Google Firebase and just click here on this Firebase console, and it will send you to this, okay? console.firebase.google.com. The email which is connected to your Firebase, basically the Firebase which is connected to your email, whatever. So this is the project which we created, in the previous tutorial. If you have not watched that tutorial, then go and watch that, so that you can learn how to create a Firebase project and connect it to your Android application. So yeah, just click on it. And now here, let me minimize the browser size so that we can see everything little bit easily. Okay, so now come here to this authentication first, and also click on this real-time database. You'll also need this. So yeah, this is our Firebase authentication. Here you will have the sign-in method. Just click on it. And make sure to enable the email and password, okay? And yeah, click save. Enable and save. And then the next thing is to go to the, click on database and come here. Just scroll a little bit down below. Here we have real-time database. Just click on this create database, and here you have to choose start in test mode. Now later on, at the end of this project, I will tell you guys, we will change these rules so that only Now just ignore this. I mean, I do not want you guys to confuse yourself with this, okay? But I will tell you some rules of the Firebase at the end of this project. I mean, when we will be finishing off this project, inshallah, very soon, okay? So just for now, just click on the start and test mode so that, I mean, the read and write operation will be allowed to the end users, okay? So that, I mean, the user can register and upload data, or you can say retrieve data from the Firebase database, okay? So start in test mode and then click enable. And it is going to create now a real-time database for us. Here you can see it, okay? And now we are ready basically. So now the next thing is to go back to your Android Studio. And here we have our sign up activity, and go to the sign up.html file. Now here we have this button, okay, on which the user will click basically, register button I'm talking about. When a user will click on this button, then he will get all these information, and first we will authenticate using the Firebase Authentication. I mean, the user, we will authenticate using Firebase Authentication, and then we will store also the data in the Firebase real-time database. So anyways, just copy this ID, we just sign up, code, you can just copy this, come here to the sign up button. I mean, it is so easy in Kotlin to access the buttons and text views using their IDs quickly. I mean, there is no need to initialize or cascade, okay? So inside here, after this sign in button, I mean, we can say, just paste that ID, and you can say .set on click listener. New, oh sorry, this is Kotlin, not Java, okay? So here we have to write our code. So in here, when a user click on the register, or you can say this sign up button, basically this button, then what we're going to do? We are going to call a method, I mean a function, which we will now create, okay? So we can give it name as create account. And there is no need to use semicolon also in Kotlin. So yeah, let's create this function, create account, okay, by this name. And here you can see it. It is created successfully. Now inside this method, what we're gonna do is remove this comment. We are going to get the full name and all these things and save it inside a variable, okay? So first we can say the full name equals to, and we can access that field by their ID. So the ID for accessing the username is, I mean full name is this one. Copy it, just paste it here, and then we can say text to string, and then just copy paste this thing, okay? Copy paste, and so the next field we have is basically the username. Now that username basically we will make it unique, but for now let's just go with it, okay? And then we have the email, and then password, sorry. Now make sure to change their IDs. I mean, for the username, we have username sign up. So copy it and replace it with this one. Then we have the email _ sign up ID for email. Paste it here. Then the last one is password sign up. So yeah, that's it. So here we need to validate, or you can say verify, that all the fields are not empty. I mean, the user must write the full name, username, email, and password. Only then the user will authenticate the user. So for that, basically here we can say when. And now I will tell you what this when means. Basically, like in Java, when we were creating applications, Android applications, there we use if-else statement, like if and then statement inside the curly braces, and then we say else if. So what here is basically an advantage. Inside this when statement, we put all the if statement. Let me write it. I will explain it, and also you will understand more easily when I just write down and explain a little. So here we can say text urls dot is empty. So first of all, we have to check if the full name is empty. Then what we are going to do basically, we are going to display our toast message to the user, and then we are going to notify the user that is this field must be filled. I mean, the user has to write the full name, okay? Toast.make text this, then we have to pass the message, so we can say full name is required. And then after this, we can say comma, toast dot length long. So yeah, that's it. Now let's just copy paste this for the remaining ones. Copy it and paste it here 3 more times, and then we have the next one, which is our username. So we can say username, then we have email. So email, and then we have password. Password, okay? I mean, if any of these is empty, then we are going to tell the user that is username is required, then you can say email is required. And then we have the password. So we can say password is required, okay? So, I mean, this field must be filled by the end user. And if all these fields are filled, I mean, if there is no problem, then after that we are going to add the data to authenticate the user using the Firebase Authentication and using the Firebase real-time database. So we can say else. And then put 2 curly braces, and inside this else statement, now first of all, we have to authenticate the user using the Firebase Authentication. So we will be needing the Firebase Auth. So let's declare mauth for that. I mean a member variable mauth, which belongs to Firebase Auth. This must be equals to Firebase Auth dot get instance. Now after this, we can say mauth dot create user with email and password, and the first parameter it needs is the email, which user will type, and then the password. And then we can say dot add on complete listener new on complete. Sorry, not this one. I just forgot it is not Java, okay? So add on complete listener, okay? Now instead of that, just put these 2 curly braces, and in here we can say task and this one, okay? This first one. And then inside here, let's move this to next line. In here we can say if task dot is successful, it means that the user is authenticated successfully using the Firebase Authentication. So here now we have to proceed and store the user information like full name and username inside the Firebase real-time database. And in case if any error will occur, then we can say else, and you can display a toast message. And we have to get that exception, or you can say that error message. So we can call it, well message equals to task dot exception dot to string. Now just for it time saving, I am going to copy this toast message, okay? Sorry, this one from here. Copy it and paste it here, and now here we can say instead of can say error, and then we have to display that message here, message, okay? Or in Kotlin, you can also concatenate, like that, okay? Inside this double quotation error, and you can just type $, and then pass that variable, which is our message. Okay, this one, just like this. And now this is okay, but we have to display a progress dialog in case, just to tell the progress of what is going on. Okay, so let's create a progress dialog here also. So inside our this else statement, here we can just say well progress dialog. So we have to create first member variable, okay? And I just forgot. Progress dialog equals to progress dialog this add let's sign up activity. Now we have to set a title first for this progress dialog. So you can say progress dialog dot set title, and the title will be sign up. And then we have to set message. So you can say progress dialog dot set message, and the message will be like you can give any message, like I can just say tell user that is please wait. This may take a while. Let's say, okay, this may take a while, or you can say that is we are checking credentials, whatever. Just a message to tell the user like is please wait. It will take some time. Anyways, you can say progress dialog. So for you to click on the page, so this might not disappear. So you can say dot set cancel on touch outside false, and then we have to show it. So we can say progress dialog dot show. So in case of error, we have to dismiss that. So we can just say here progress dialog dot dismiss. And now here, when a user is authenticated using the Firebase Authentication, then we are basically going to save that user data, that is full name, username, all these stuffs inside the real-time database. So how we can do that? So inside, if the task is successful, we are going to create a method now by the name save user info. So we are calling that method here. She will also create, okay, now, so it will, here we have to pass the username, okay, which is our, this information, full name, username, and email, okay. So, full name, comma, username, and then we are going to send the email here also. Now let's create this method, okay. So create function save user info. Here you can see it is created successfully. Now, what we want to do here next is, now one thing, which we need to do is, that is, if any error occur, if user is not authenticated, then here we have to say, that is mauth dot sign out. Okay, and then here we can save the information. So we will be, we have to save also the user ID, the current user ID. So for that, let's create a variable, and we can give it name as current user ID equals to Firebase auth dot get instance dot current user dot UID. Also, let's create a reference, okay, to the Firebase database. We are going to create a node. Inside that node, we will save all the information for every user. So you can say users ref, current database reference to Firebase database dot get instance dot reference dot child Child will be our user's node. So now we are going to create a map, okay? Hash map basically. So we can give the name as user map, when user map equals to hash map string comma object, or instead of that in Kotlin we say any. I mean it can be integer or anything. So here we can say user map and then these two braces, and in here we have to pass the Q to it. So first of all we are going to save the UID, and it is stored inside the current user ID. Then let us just copy paste this quickly. 1, 2, and 3, and then we have the full name, and then the username, and then the last one is the email. Now also let's save our default bio to the database, that is, which will appear as a default on user profile whenever you create a new account. So it will be like, hey, I am using Coding Cafe, Instagram, clone app. That's it. I mean, you can type any message you want, okay? So Instagram app. So this is the bio. And also, I'm going to save a default image. Let's say there will be users who will not upload any profile pictures. Like you guys see, some people do not put their pictures on, social media platforms. So for that, we have to display a default message, okay? Default image. If I show you inside the variable, let's go to the variable. I'm going to show you something, which is our variable. This picture we will use as a default, okay? So I'm going to copy this, okay? And just paste it. We have to retrieve it as a default, okay, on the desktop. Now just go to the here and let's go to the storage, okay? Let's also create the Firebase storage bucket. So get started, next, done. So it is created successfully. So here I'm going to create a separate folder for all the default pictures. Default picture if it will be using in this application, okay? So I can give it name as default images for this project. Default images. Now it does not mean that the user will update their own pictures also once we go to the setup or settings activity. But this will be as a default image whenever a user creates a new account. So come here inside, click on that folder and it will come here. Now just click on this upload file, okay? And now you can select that picture from the desktop, which is our default picture, okay? Just click open and it will now upload here, and just click on it on this picture and you will see it here. Now come down here and here we have this file location. Now from here you can just copy this download URL, just click on it, okay, and it is copied now. Now just come back and here go to the End Studio, and now what we're gonna do is here we can say user map, and we have an image which we will use as a default image, okay? And then inside this double quotation paste that link here, okay? Which is basically the link to our that default image from the Firebase storage, okay? So yeah, so we are done now. Now we have to update our children. We have to paste this data inside the database. So we can say user ref dot child. And for every user, there will be unique ID by which we can identify that user. So we have to pass the current user ID here. Then we can say dot set value user map. Pass the user map to it. Now we have to notify the user in case if it is successfully added to the database or not. So you can say add complete listener. Now here, if you write add, then you can see this second one, okay, with this semicolon, this one. Just click on it and it will automatically like this. Automatically it will select this. So task, and then let's move this to the next line, and in here you can say if task dot is successful, then we are going to dismiss the progress dialog first. But we have not initialized that progress dialog globally, so we are going to pass this progress dialog, or we can also initialize it above. So let me check one thing. Let's just initialize this globally, okay? Copy it, come here and paste that here. While progress dialog, or instead of that we can do one more thing. We can also pass this progress dialog as a parameter, okay? When we authenticate the user, okay, then let's copy paste this as a fourth parameter to here, so that we can dismiss the progress dialog there. Also add this here, comma, progress dialog, and it belongs to the type of it is progress dialog. So yeah, that's it. Now here in the task is successful, we can say progress dialog dot dismiss. Now we have to display our task message. So just for the time saving, I'm going to copy this task message, okay, and paste it here. And we can say that is account has been created successfully. Now after this we have to send the user, we can allow the user to go to the main application. So for that we can say intent this, which is basically our sign up activity, comma, we are going to send the user to the main activity. Class.java. We have to add flags, which means that if a user click on that button, then we are not going to allow the user, that is to go to the sign in or sign up page until unless he click on the logout button, which we will implement also alongside with the sign in, in the next video tutorial. Intent.add flag. Intent.flag activity clear task. And then this pipe sign, or in Kotlin we cannot write this pipe sign, you can just type or, okay? And then we can say intent.flag activity new task. The new task. Start activity for the intent. So yeah, and that's it. Now in case if any error occur, then we can display the, tell the user that is what error basically occur, so that he can know. So inside this else. Now for the time saving, I'm going to copy paste this message, okay? Well, message toast, and also this whole code basically, and we can paste it here. So it will get the error message, and here we have not initialized this mode, so you can just write like this: Firebase auth dot get instance dot sign out and progress dialog dot dismiss. Remember something which is need to mention here, okay? In the previous tutorial, basically we forgot to add, just come here to the build.get and module app. Here we forgot to add the, apply the Google Services plugin. So here you just type now this manually, okay? Which is, you can just type apply plugin : Okay, make sure to mention this, okay? Apply plugin column, and then inside the single quotation, you can just type com.google.gms.google-services, okay? Make sure to add this, then click on sync now. I forgot to mention this in the previous tutorial, the new word connecting our app to the Firebase. So make sure to add this. Now once you add this successfully, then you can just test the application, okay? Proceed without instant run. So the app is running now successfully, and now let's go to the sign up. And now let's just quickly type full name, Muhammad Ali, and username, then the email, password, and then we can register. Click on register, and it says sign up, please wait, this may take a while. So let's wait for it, and then we will go and check also in the, here you can see it. So we are logged in successfully to the main application. Now, if we go to the, here you can see, first of all, let me show you the authentication. First is, and here you can see, this is the, using the, we have authenticated this user using the Firebase Authentication. This is the email, and this is the UID, unique user ID. And if we go to the real-time database, the new node is created, and we have the first user, SCH1. Okay, you can see it, SCH1. And then if we expand this bio, which is the default, okay, email, full name, image, UID, and username. So yeah, that is working really nice. Now one thing which we just need to do in this tutorial is, if I just close this application, okay, I can close it, and I open this again. So as you know, the user has already logged in when he created the new account, okay. If I open the application again, then it basically sends us to the, to the login page. So on the login page, we have to check. That is, we have to check now. That is, if the user is already logged in, then there is no need. we must send the user to the main activity. So for that, just come here and to the sign in activity. And also, I will mention one more thing, but first of all, let me tell you here what we are going to do. Whenever the application starts, so on the sign in activity, we have to check one thing, which is if Firebase auth.get instance .current user. If this is not equals to null, which means if the user is already logged in, then in that case, we are going to send the user to the main activity. So from the sign up activity, for the time saving, let's just copy paste this code, Control C, and come back to the sign in activity and paste it here. Now here we need to change this to sign in activity, and also we have, everything is okay now. Okay, so now let's just come to the sign up activity. With our toast messages, we have to display that. Okay, so I forgot to write this, that is .show. Okay, so write this with every toast message that we used, okay, here. So we can say .show. I forgot to write this earlier, okay? So sorry for that. Also here we have to say .show. And then we have here with all of these .show. Let's just copy paste this quickly. And now we can run the application. Proceed without instant run. Now when the application runs, it will automatically send to the main activity. Let me close this. Okay, and let's wait for the pedal wheel time. So the application is running now successfully, and it automatically sends us to the main activity. Since you know that the user is already logged in, So yeah, that's it for this video, and in this video we have successfully allowed the user to create a new account using the Firebase Authentication and also the Firebase real-time database. Now in the next video tutorial, what we will be doing is that we will allow a user to sign out, okay, from the app. If a user click on logout or sign out button, and also we will allow a user to sign in, okay. So yeah, that's it for this video.